Alright, what's going on, y'all? So we got a 1987 Oldsmobile Cutlass 442 today. Super solid car. We're just gonna get right into it. As you can see, it's the iconic black and gold setup. Body's in pretty good condition. I am gonna say this car will eventually need paint. It's got your normal swirls and things that you see when you go through car washes. Got the original 442 wheels on it. Tires are new at all four corners. Moving on down the door. No major dents or anything that I really need to point out. You can see that it is T-tops. Moving on to the rear of the vehicle. Don't have any, again, no waves or dents that I need to point out as we look down the passenger quarter panel. Rear glass looks good. We don't have any cracks. As you can see, the black paint has a little bit of marring to it in that. So again, that's why I said this is going to be a good candidate for a fresh paint job. Bumper looks good. Don't have any dents or anything. All trim is intact. Tail lights. Looking down the driver's side. Again, really don't have anything I can point out along the body, the quarters. Of course, we'll put it on the rack and check out underneath, make sure she's solid. And our front fender is pretty solid. No cracks in the glass, so that's always a solid. One less thing to have to worry about. Coming to the front of the vehicle. Bumper looks good. Surprisingly, these are normally like stress points on these cars. I almost always see them with cracks. That looks pretty solid. And it looks like this stripe kit is new. Crazy. So yeah, stripe kit is new. Let me grab the keys. Alright, relatively clean under here. Factory 307 car. AC equipped, power brakes, power steering. We'll check the AC when we do the test drive. Let's check out the trunk. Nice and empty. Obviously somebody has sounds back here. Got the wiring still there, the grounds. Original jack, spare that you can't do anything with. But trunk looks relatively clean. Didn't mean to slam that. Alright. Checking out the interior. Gray interior. Rear seats look good. I really don't have any rips or anything that need to be pointed out. Headliner's solid. So rear seat looks pretty solid. Appears to be original carpet. Not in horrible shape or anything like that. Passenger seat, no rips or tears. Got your normal usage. Dash is actually excellent. No warping and no cracks. Center console. And there's our passenger door panel. That actually looks pretty solid as well. No warping or any cracks. Let me see. This is something that I thought was super dope. So when we were going through the car, the driver window wasn't working. So of course we had to put a new motor in, so the door panel came out. This was actually taped inside of the door. If you guys know, build sheets, you can find them all over the car. Some of them, they get taped inside of doors. Some of them you'll find under the seat cushions. But anyway, this was inside of the door. So we went ahead and had it laminated for the next owner. I know it's not super important, but I thought it was super dope. So we laminated and threw it in the glove box for you guys, so you can have all your build sheet information. I'm gonna leave that there for now. Always dope to have a piece of history. And it's a 40-year-old piece of paper as well. So driver side, more of the same. Panel solid, no warping, no cracks. Driver's seat, I do have a little bit of a rip right here. Other than that, relatively solid. Mileage reads 2,528. And give me a minute, we're gonna do this test drive. All right, y'all, we'll get started on the test drive. It's a cold start. Sounds like she's got an aftermarket exhaust. We'll check that. Again, mileage reads 2005-28. Let her idle down a little bit. Left turn, right turn, wipers. Lights are on in the dash, and I can see them from the car up there. What else? Window. No horn. Checking the radio. There we go. I believe no sound because it was probably everything was running through the amp. So I don't have any static or anything. I do like the way this radio is integrated though. It looks pretty cool. AC is blowing. It is cold. Engine light is on because it's an aftermarket carb. If you guys know about really any of the G bodies, any of them carbs, once you change them because of emissions, it will throw the engine light on. So got an engine light on. Don't believe any of the gauges are actually working because I know we put 20 in and it's showing on E. I'm not getting a battery voltage, no oil pressure, and no temp. So none of these four. I'm believing that's probably why they added the temp sensor down here. We'll check it as we drive to see. And I'm gonna stick this underneath the seat. I believe that's it. So and it is 79 degrees already, 9 o'clock in the morning. Beautiful day to have the tops off for sure. Oddly, it looks crazy nice outside. There is one rain cloud over me and I'm pretty sure it started sprinkling, so we ain't going nowhere but around the corner. Brakes feel normal, no crazy. They're not extra firm, overly soft, no issues there. Shift was smooth. You guys can hear how it sounds. Alignment off just a little bit. Hands off the wheel. She's going right just a little bit. Hands off again. So off just a little bit. Motor sounds good. Got her up to about 45. And you know what's funny? What I just realized, this is a Canadian car. Let me get around this corner. That's crazy. So those are kilometers. I just noticed that because the mileage and kilometers are switched around. So kilometers on the outside, mileage on the inside. So this is a Canadian car. So obviously the 25-29 that we talked about was probably a rollover anyway. But whatever it is less that because, you know, a mileage. So learned something that we wasn't even paying attention to. So kind of dope. So Canadian built Cutlass, or for the Canadian market, shall I say. Temperature has started coming up, so that's why they put that gauge there. Suspension feels normal if you've driven any G bodies. Nothing crazy. Not super firm, not super soft. Shifts are good. Like I said, I haven't had any issues driving her, so I'll put her on the rack and we'll check out underneath. All right, we got the Cutlass up on the rack. Again, rear bumper looks pretty solid, no issues there. Checking out the trunk pins, gas tank, and the frame. Everything looks solid. Looks like original factory undercoating. These shocks and springs have been replaced at some point in time. I can tell those aren't factory. Drums had to have been done at some point in time because of the hardware. Factory 10-bolt rear end. Weird. I don't know what's going on with this exhaust. So let's just say you probably need a new muffler eventually. Let me move this back. All right, down the passenger side, frame looks solid. Floors look good. I don't have any soft spots or anything. Got a little bit of undercoating filling here. Driver side, same. Frame looks good. Floors, I don't have any soft spots, anything I can point out. No signs of leak from the oil or trans pan. This is just the water from the AC that I had on. Alright. And everything else looks pretty solid. Disc brakes up in the front, of course. Front bumper looks solid. Don't have anything to point out there. You guys can see it from the beginning of the video. Again, wheels are new at all 4 corners, so we won't talk about that. Underneath is about what you expect. You'll have some scratches and things like that because rocks kick up, but I don't have any dents or anything that need to be pointed out. And same on the driver's side, so she's pretty clean underneath. All right, y'all, so if you're interested in this 87, give us a call, 256-801-4409. Check us out at Rolling Museums on the website and Instagram. As always, appreciate you watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe.